Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today, Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. 23rd? Yeah, 23rd. You may follow me on the book, the talk, the tube, the lemonade, the blue sky social, the fan base, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. If some of it does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Twin Flame Journey deck by the Empowered Feminine. I'm pretty sure I got this off of Etsy. It's not, I mean, you can use it as a Twin Flame deck. I don't think you have to. You know what I mean? I just figured something different, so, and it called to me. I got 2 on the table. Four on the table. 5 on the table. Six on the table. Eight on the table. Let's do one more shuffle. No, you know what? Let's do 2 more shuffles. Let's give it a chance, man. I just realized my glasses are dirty. I see like spots. We got 9 on the table. 10 on the table. Okay. Top of the deck is hidden in summer. Oh, okay. This is bottom of the deck. Someone might be having a winter date with someone at a distance. Interesting. All right, we're going to set that over there. We got 11 with bottom of the deck. We got time. Grounding. Confusion. Guidance. Chemistry. Intuition. Temptation. Self-love. Healing. Third party. And then bottom of the deck, passion. So feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. At this time, you're being called to ground. Take the time to ground. Make it like, even if you can't like make it a daily thing, like every couple days, once a week at the very least, I would say. There's some confusion over let's put it this way. Someone is tempted by someone that they have chemistry with. There's some confusion about this person, or you have for this person. You might be seeking guidance. You might be saying, hey, give me a sign, what's going on. You might be trying to meditate, and you might be manifesting. Use your intuition. And that might be what the grounding is for, honestly. Because right now you're in a self-love phase. You might be healing your root chakra from a third party type situation where there was passion. Or you had passion for someone that was a part of a third party situation. Or you could have just had love for somebody that was part of a third party situation. Not necessarily in love, but like if you loved someone. I know that sounds weird, but like, and I use me as an example all the time, but like, I was in a third party situation. I'm pretty sure I was the third party. I was I was the toy. I was the candy, the delight, whatever you want to call it. One of the people I didn't really know that well, and the other one, ex-best friend. So, and I had love for her at the time still. So, sorry, my nails are all janky right now. Oh, okay. So the chemistry and the temptation is with the third party? Or this is kind of like you were involved in a third party situation. There was chemistry there, it was a temptation, there was passion, and there's some type of confusion about it. Like you're asking for guidance. Like you want to go back to it? Or maybe you're just looking for information? Like if you knew you were in a third party but you didn't really know who the other party was, do you know what I'm saying? Maybe there's curiosity there. I mean, again, in my situation, I also had that situation in 2023 with that guy that I was seeing for like 4 or 5 months, and I'm pretty sure he was seeing someone else. And I think technically I would have been the third party in that situation as well. Because I would have been the side piece, and she would have been the girlfriend material, basically. Um, and I feel like the same thing with the ex best friend and the guy. Like, if they had been together on and off for years before I showed up on the scene, again, I'm the third party. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the candy that you're bringing into the relationship to spice it up. Like, the candy to spice it up. And whatever. The candy to sweeten the deal. But I don't really have any confusion, because I'm pretty sure I know the gist of what was going on in both of those situations. And the fact that both of those situations at the time when I got into them were friends with benefits, very casual. Like, it really isn't even for me to even know technically. So I don't really care. Does that make sense? Um I do think that the situation with the guy and the ex best friend, I do think that he was seeing many, many people, and I think she was as well. So I don't think there was any loyalty there or any commitment there, or at least not at the time. So, yeah. And again, that's just me going off gut feeling. So, I mean, I could be blinded a little bit by what was going on, so it could not be true, but at the same time, at the same time, it doesn't even really matter at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it was more of like a friends with benefits. And the fact that her and I had the situation that we had going on the side with the sexual assault and the abuse and all that stuff, like, I was walking away from that anyway. Do you know what I mean? And then I walked away from him altogether. So, like, for me to wonder, like, oh, who else were they involved with? Like, I don't really care. You know, 2 years later, I don't really give a shit. And the same thing with the guy, that I'm pretty sure was dating while him and I were messing around. And then, like, 3-ish months after we broke up, he was in a relationship with someone else. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was seeing her while he was seeing me. And I'm pretty sure I was the third party, because she's the one that he's dating. He wasn't dating me. But again, it doesn't. Again, we weren't any. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't really anything. There was no commitment there. So for me to even be like, oh, well, I wonder if there was a third person or a fourth person or fifth person, or, let me go look at his page and see if they got married yet. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I don't care. The only thing, the only thing I do care about is he lives like 5 minutes from me, or he did, unless he moved, which is possible. But a year and a half, a little more than a year and a half, and I've never run into him. I always have like this, like, oh, I'm gonna run into him and he's gonna act like an idiot, and then I'm gonna have to put up with him. You know what I mean? Because it's not that I wouldn't say, like, if we kind of like had that where you meet and you're like, oh, it's you. I would say hi. I don't have any ill will or any weird feelings about it. Um, I mean, he might towards me because I'm the one that broke up with him, but I don't know. I would think if you're in a relationship and you're happy, it wouldn't really matter. Um, but yeah, I kind of have this fear that, like, one day I'll run into him and I'll act like an idiot, which I don't want for him, because again, it's been like more than a year and a half. Like, what's there to be upset about? Even if he's not with that woman anymore, like, you moved on, right? Like, maybe, right? Kind of. Or were you in a third party situation and you're thinking that you thought that there was more to the situation other than third party? I mean, everybody's situation is going to be different, right? How do you feel and what do you believe? Because again, when I was in those situations, like I didn't really question it. When I realized what was going on with the guy and the ex-best friend, I probably saw him on and off again for another month until like there was no communication. And then we didn't communicate again until like a month later. And then 2 weeks after that and it was over. Um and I broke up with him, you know. I mean there wasn't anything to break up with though, you know? Like even when I think about the guy that I was seeing for 4 or 5 months, like there really wasn't anything to break up about. Like we were friends with benefits. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I have I have that I don't give a fuck kind of outlook, because if we're just friends with benefits, if we're casual, if we're just hooking up, whenever, like I don't feel like I owe you anything. I don't feel like you really owe me anything, you know? And the reason why I broke up with the guy that I was with for 4 or 5 months was because he didn't want to get in a relationship with me. He stated that. Okay, fine. But then he tried to make demands, and it's like, we're not in a relationship, honey. You don't get to make demands here. And the ex-best friend and the other guy, like again, I broke up with him in January of 2023, like a couple days, a week after my divorce was final. Him and I talked, and I broke up with him because um like I just didn't want him swinging back around, cuz he just seemed like the kind, like, well, let me wait 3 or 4 months and then I'll swing back around and see if she's interested. No, that's okay. Like friends with benefits is friends with benefits and it stays benefit, and when the friends part is over, then the benefit part is over. And it was all over. Like, no. Mm-mm. And the funny thing is when I broke up with each of them, um, I blocked them for probably like the one 4 or 5 months guy, probably like maybe a month or two, and then I took him off block because I figured like say it was safe. Um, and then the other guy with the ex best friend, I think I had him on block for a good 6, 7 months, something like that, for a while. Blocked his Facebook and his Instagram and all that bullshit. And now he consistently shows up on my TikTok, on my suggested friends feed. Every couple days, every day, whatever. He's on there. Yeah. Like there's no confusion for me about that. You know what I mean? But then again, like I said, I look at that literal. Like I take that literally. Like we're friends with benefits, then we're just friends with benefits. And when the guy, like I said, when the guy of 4 or 5 months tried to make demands, like no. You don't get to make demands here. We are nothing. There's nothing to demand. So, yeah, I was just like, I don't think so. So I don't know if this resonates for you. Maybe uh, do some grounding, do some meditation, and think about what you're confused about. What do you need guidance on? Like, do you want to go back to a third party? Are you in a third party and you need to leave? Like, are you in a third party and you don't want to leave? And it kind of goes back into that thing, like, let's say you were a part of a third party. And like I said, like I blocked them because I didn't want them swinging back around. If you don't want somebody swinging back around, then do the same thing. Delete their number, their email, their Facebook, whatever. Delete it. Block it. You always need to protect your mental health, your heart health, emotional health, physical health, sexual health above all else. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean, to other people out there because again, I like to think I'm for humans, but like no. I have to put me first. You should put you first. Maybe this person has come back around, maybe they haven't come back around and you're wondering about it. My overall advice would be exactly what I said for me, like let it go. Like if you were in a third party situation, whether you knew it or not to begin with, like do you really still want to be a part of that? Is that something that you want to put your energy into? Do you want to put your energy into a person that is with other people, or at least one other person? Like, is that energy well spent? And I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud, and people can disagree with me or not. It doesn't bother me. You can say something in the comments if you want. Dick and pussy ain't worth it. Like, I don't know how good you think the sex is. Good sex is not worth my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, my sexual health. It's just not. It's absolutely not. And I'm just gonna be brutally honest and out in the open, since I am. The best orgasms I've ever had have been by my own hand. So, quite honestly, like no man or woman is worth it to me. Good sex, fabulous. What else you got? Like that would not keep me interested. And quite honestly, when you agree to like a friends with benefits or a casual situation, did you agree to a third party situation? Because to me, third party situation is two people that are together and then one person is a third party of one of the two people together. Right? Right? So did you agree to that? Or did you think it was a boyfriend girlfriend situation? Did you think this was a love match? Did you think this was friends with benefits? Because when I got into the relationship with both of these men, I never agreed to a third party situation. And when I realized that there was something off and there was probably something going on, I got the fuck out. Because at that point, you're talking about my sexual health. And I've been honest with you guys. I told you guys in 2023, I had 2 STD checks. All came back fine. No STDs, no STIs. But I will never do that again. I will never put myself in jeopardy like that again. Not on purpose. Because again, no dick or pussy is worth that. It's just not. And if you're someone that's steeped in your sexual energy to the point where you don't understand what I'm saying, then you probably need to go back to the drawing board. You probably need to think about it. Go within, do some meditation, do some grounding. I don't think there's anything wrong with being out there and dating and all that jazz. If that's what you want to do, then do that. But if you're someone that is jumping from man to man or woman to woman because you feel like you need the sex, like, you can create your own sex. You can save the $50 and go out and buy yourself a toy. Again, you might have a better orgasm that way. I'm just saying. To me, third parties are a waste of time. When you know that there's another person involved, whether that's their person or they're the third party and you're the person, like, what is there to hold on to? What kind of relationship is that? And again, it just goes back to what I said about me. Like, I got into these relationships with these two men knowing that that was just a friends with benefits. That was casual. And when I realized I'm not benefiting, it's no longer casual. Someone might be seeing someone else. I'm the fuck out of there. And making excuses to stay, you're only hurting yourself in that situation, you know? And let's just be honest. If you want to date around, I mean, just go back online and find another man or a woman. Like, why do you need to hang on to this bullshit? A, you're worth more than that. And B, you can just go find another person. You know? You can manifest for a better relationship. You can manifest for a soulmate or a twin flame if that's what you want. I mean, I wouldn't manifest for a twin flame. It's a lot of work. But, you can manifest for the greatest love of your life. I mean, somebody obviously wants guidance. Somebody obviously wants some ideas, some help. And me, myself, man or woman, whether you're a man or a woman, I would never tell you to go back to a situation where you're being used, I couldn't. I wouldn't do that. Again, everybody has free will. You can live your life the way you want to live it. I feel like that's a waste of energy. That's a waste of time. When you could be out there looking for the love of your life. Why would you want to stay in that? Just saying. Here's the thing. When I look at a third party and you think of three people being involved, all right? And I'll just use this hetero example. One male and two women. Like, he's got a girlfriend and he's got a second girlfriend. He's got a long-standing girlfriend and a third party. Let's say that, okay? I wish for all of those people to get their shit together and to realize that that's not good for them. Because they all deserve the love of their life, to have a family if that's what they want, to settle down if that's what they want. But why do we as humans want to keep jumping from human to human to human to human? For some dick? For some pussy? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, I know I'm the girl that's been celibate for over a year and a half, but it's just not worth it to me. Like, I'd rather just protect my energy and use it where I see fit. Because once you start getting involved in this, you're actually talking more than probably three people. Because if you're somebody's third party, their person probably has a third party. and so on and so on and so on. I think at the ripe old age of 44, I've just realized like I want to protect my energy, and I want to use it where I want to use it. And to me, sex, it's just not, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it at this point. Again, somebody has to bring me something more than that, because you're not going to reel me in with that one. You're just not. At this point, you are just not. I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to remind you, ground, go within, meditate, manifest. Talk to God, for God's sakes. Seriously. Talk to a friend. If you have a friend, talk to a friend. Be honest. See what happens. Look for some advice. I've given you my advice. All right. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope everybody has a lovely Thursday evening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.